Yo, huddle up, huddle up,
Huddle
huddle
up,
up, huddle up, huddle up, huddle up, huddle up, huddle up.
Huddle up.
We got week 5 of the Ravens recap. You got your boy Mike Miner.
Yes, indeed. You got your boy Rich.
Zay in the back. We got a special guest.
What's going on? What's going on?
We got my man Nate in here.
Yes,
Appreciate you pulling up. Die-hard Ravens fan.
If we'd have lost, you wouldn't have got me here.
I ain't even mad at
I figured, bro. Without further ado, game of the week, first off.
Game of the year.
Before we even get into a game of the year.
Easily.
No, that Miami Virginia Tech game.
No.
2 weeks ago.
NFL.
All right, we ain't gonna talk NFL though.
Falcons game was
NFL
always
was
Can I
fire.
ask one question? I asked him. I was talking to Brandon on the way here. Is this a top 3 Ravens game that you remember? I got my 3. Can I ask you what your 3 is?
I can't say 3 off the top of my head. It's hard.
Can anybody else give me a 3?
So I probably can give you at least 2 right now. I can't think of 3. So
Okay.
that Seattle comeback win, this was years ago. When
I know you're talking about.
came back, we was getting blown out. It's like we left the game. I felt bad. I was down there.
I remember that.
We get home and we win the game, Seattle. So that one. And then it might have been that blowout with Flacco and them and the Raiders when we still had Anquan.
The Mile High Miracle too.
Yes.
When we blew them out in that game, I had fun at that game. I was actually there. So those are the ones that stick out to me. I don't know if they're my best stuff.
That Mile High Miracle was like
Yeah.
the craziest football game of all
That's
time.
up there.
I forgot that one, so now I got to do 4.
Yeah.
3, no order. Super Bowl, last one. The game against the Vikings in the snow, Joe Flacco. And then maybe this one or the Mile High Miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking because I had tweeted out because I wanted to take playoff stuff out the picture.
Oh, my bad.
Because
My
it
fault. That's
kind
my
of
bad.
because
different. It's
every
different.
playoff game is OD stressful.
Yeah,
I was like
that's
regular
true.
season, this
true.
might be the most stressful game just watching in a regular season. Though this was wild, yo.
And it was a division game.
Yeah, that's what made it
even
wild.
all the games you just
Beautiful.
said, it's division.
That's true.
Real quick, sorry. Browns, Lamar Jackson going to the bathroom. Coming back
Oh,
out.
Oh, yeah.
I
Coming
was
back
talking
out,
about that game the other
Hollywood
day.
Brown.
Great one.
There you
Shake
go.
off.
Crazy.
Yes.
Shake off.
Oh, man.
So we got to get into this first quarter, bro. I gotta keep giving my man Likely love, bro, because it's what he does when he's not getting the pass, like aggressive downfield blocks. Because you guys remember when in the first drive, I think you wasn't here yet, but Lamar ran around on the right side and he thought he scored, but his knee went down. But Likely laid like a mean block. It was official.
Same thing last week. Lamar Jackson around the corner.
Yeah.
Likely seal out block for the score.
Yeah, and then Derrick Henry came in and got the stocky man, like 2-yard run off the slip, bro. Just
Yeah.
And give
Stocky runs
Henry a
home.
lot of love. 100 touchdowns, career wise. Well, rushing, right?
Yeah,
He's the
100 rushing TDs.
That's a
10,000.
lot
And he
of
broke
rushing
that 10,000
touchdowns.
yards.
10,000 yards.
And 10,000 in a Ravens uniform. That's
In a Ravens
crazy, yo.
They said no. They think if you look at the list, it might never be another 10,000-yard running back.
Yeah, the way
especially the way the league is now.
Do you know who the next ones on the list are? Under him, active players, it would be it's
like-
Derrick Henry.
Joe Mixon was on there. I
Third,
saw
he's
him.
third.
He was like third.
Third, but Ezekiel Elliott's 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
None of those
Like
guys.
8,000
and
surpassed
change.
them. None of
Nah,
those
no
guys.
way, man.
Nowhere
No way.
close.
No way.
And what's so crazy, but it's interesting now because I think this year running is up, like because things kind of come in waves. Eventually, people start adjusting the passes and they start retweaking rules because people complain and stuff and be like, yo, like the NBA midway through the season, they like rule changed. I never seen that because people were scoring 100, literally 130, 140 points every night, and people was like, I'm not watching this, but like, so we made, but 10 stacks is gonna be hard, man.
Yeah.
Even
so
if they
it's on.
tweak it back, it's never gonna be the same again.
The only running back that we can think might be able to get it is Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Tendinitis in both
He's
legs.
always hurt, man.
Yeah,
And then now he's older.
he
and
getting older.
He's more of a pass. He runs, but he's a.
Yeah, he could do both.
Well, I don't want to jump around too much, but since you already started on it, I want to get we can get
First
all
quarter.
through, but like
yeah,
Henry at the end, want to
Yeah.
make sure we talk about what he did at the end. I mean, the was it sweeps, the right side and to the left side, man.
Yeah.
Big plays at the end of the game, and of course, what it turned into. But yeah,
yeah, and continuing through the first quarter, we got to give Cousin Kyle with. I think the first defensive play he came up and struck somebody, and he was the only one up until the fourth quarter that was woke. All right,
Yeah.
I was getting pissed off, bro.
Specifically in that secondary, yo. We was getting smoked.
That's what I'm talking about. This secondary was crazy.
The communication is terrible.
Bro,
It's terrible.
what
We gotta
in
get that
the
together.
world?
And
And my thing was, we talked about it last week. it seemed like they played Marlon Humphreys more in the inside against Buffalo, which helped with those quick slants and stuff. And it's like, bro, they stopped doing it, and we was getting smoked.
I don't think they did. I think it was more of a matchup. So when they're running 3 and 4 wide receivers out there, they're never gonna. I'm not gonna say never because I'm not the coach, but majority of times you're gonna have Nate on the outside, you're gonna have Stevens on the outside, and you're putting Marlon in, which we were doing a lot of that. But I think the Bengals decided to. They were just going at the hots. If you blitz and Marlon, they're running, they're passing straight at the hots. They were killing us with that. But Marlon played good. Marlo played good.
Marcus Williams
he did not,
because he needed. Brandon Stevens was looking ultra questionable.
But what they was doing, he needed to be big today, and he was the complete opposite. Marcus Williams, man.
Marcus Williams did not show up.
Bad season.
It made me sad seeing Geno Stone out there. I'm like, damn, yo. I was bro.
No, stop. You know what? Don't. He's not. Geno Stone's still not better than Marcus.
I think
Please
he
stop.
is.
No, come on.
I think he would have got
last year. Last year he was leading the
league.
league in picks like the first 6 games.
But that's because
I don't believe in Marcus.
He's a third safety.
I don't know what it is.
Marcus is weird because he had the rotator cuff last year and looked really good with a rotator cuff, and this year he's just not being as aggressive. It's just weird.
Geno played well when he was going though, man. Like, he was like today was the type of game where I feel like when they kept running the same plays
playmaker,
over and over,
to come
he
and catch
made
that pick.
at least one play.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you keep getting beat with the same.
They were slowing it down. We were seeing
routes.
replays. Marcus was just looking crazy every time, dog.
He got spun around on that Jamar Chase touchdown. That first Jamar Chase.
That was bad because it was all him.
Right in the middle of the field.
Because even if he don't get the tackle, he was in a position to at least maybe hold him up just enough for somebody else to get a tackle.
Play or something.
He completely just missed him. It was out of pocket.
That contract, he might not be here next year.
I was thinking the same.
Heck no.
We're gonna have to trim some meat up.
Heck no, bro. He's got to go.
Andrew's trying to stay.
He's got to go.
I wouldn't be surprised next year. I mean, I'm a bigger Darius Washington fan. Now I think he's better at the slot, but I wouldn't be surprised if we bring
29?
back.
Yeah, he is nice.
I like him
nice.
balling out since last year.
And then we gonna have Millette next week. That's gonna be nice to have, bro.
And I think Eddie Jackson's pretty good. Eddie Jackson's
he's
good.
solid.
He's getting into the scheme, everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if we bring Eddie Jackson back next year, and then Marcus with that money. The money's high too.
He's got to go.
Play's not matching.
At the end of the game, we were saying, "Yo, just keep just play Eddie Jackson."
Yeah,
but I
bro.
don't. But can they play Eddie Jackson at the free safety to be
I
able
don't know.
to go in the back?
That's
because
the
the
one thing I
Ravens.
don't know.
The Ravens like to run 3 safeties because when you run 3 safeties, you're able to put Kyle.
Yeah, he's kind of freelance.
You bring Kyle in the box.
Yeah, Kyle be doing whatever.
He be freelancing.
We need
bro.
3 safeties. We need 3 safeties.
Yeah, and we got to give love to Zay Flowers. We called it last week. We said he was going to get a big game.
No, that was
yo.
that was pregame.
Pregame in the
Rich
pregame show.
specifically-
Yeah, Rich, you
I was like,
specifically
this
said
is
it, but he
Zay's
shook
game.
off.
I overshot a little bit as far as the touchdowns, but he went over
But
my
you was
yard.
on the edge.
He definitely went over.
I mean, he looked like that wide receiver one, though.
He was going to get 2 touchdowns, 90 yards, but he got 100 yards receiving.
But
I think
it's cool. Bateman got it.
Yeah.
We get the Bateman action.
That's all I need.
Bateman looked good, too, that first half.
Give Bate a lot of love.
Gotta
Bateman
give
looked
him
good
Give
out
him
there,
respect
yo.
because I don't think he's the perfect receiver for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Because he's more of a I'm open and you got to get it to him timing. But he goes out there, he balls, he blocks, he does everything he needs to do.
Yeah.
You got to give him respect.
We speak about all the time. I mean, he did it again. Him coming across the middle, man.
Yeah.
He just a speedster. He either the slants or the quick joints, and he just get a ball in the middle or cut. That one joint, he cut all the way from the left side, all the way to the right side, got the ball and cut up. I don't know. I kind of like him, man. We just see if they got to get rhythm. We've been talking about since even before the season started. Part of his issue is health. So he can't get any rhythm with Lamar.
Bateman?
Yeah, so he's playing a little bit better now.
He had the nasty shake move on
Because
somebody,
Lamar be
too,
mad because Lamar be wanting to depend on him.
Isn't it 3? Can't we say it's 3 players that we've seen this season that have played really good? That all we needed them to be is not injured.
Yeah, just be
Ronnie
serviceable.
Stanley. Ronnie Stanley's playing like an All-Pro.
Yes.
We give Marlon Humphrey credit, but Marlon Humphrey's playing out of his mind.
He's playing really good.
And then
He's playing really good.
you just said it, Bateman. Bateman is playing out of his mind. He just needed to be
reps.
healthy.
Yeah.
They need to be healthy. The reps matter.
Yeah, no, what the honestly, it was the biggest defensive liability in the first half. Obviously, was the secondary, but that we was looking crazy. We couldn't stop the rush either, bro.
Only that
The
one
first-
drive.
Yeah, that one drive, they was
one
bluffing.
drive. That was
It
one drive.
wasn't that bad.
Well, maybe it was the first quarter.
Because
No, I don't think it was the
that bad.
first quarter neither.
It was
Because
literally
remember,
one
Roquan-
drive.
It was, yeah,
No,
Roquan came out
I'm not.
smacking.
It was the beginning of the second quarter. It was the beginning of the second quarter.
Yeah, I think that was like ain't gonna happen again.
Yeah.
Because I think they realized we were staying in nickel, and we were staying in nickel and dime. They're gonna run right straight in the middle on our nickel and dime. I don't think they abused.
They wasn't bad, yo. And even at the end, like all right, so when they the third quarter, when they converted literally on every third down.
Oh my God.
Every time they
that
tried to
was
run
pissing
it,
me
they wasn't
off,
going
bro.
anywhere.
The credit we need to give to at the end of the game for
Marlon.
Marlon,
no,
bro.
No, we
them to-
gave-
no, like he just said, for them to miss that field goal and they didn't get no yardage.
Yes, no yards.
Stop the
just stopping the
the
run.
defense,
Yards.
the interior
They got
line.
three
Yeah,
yards.
that was
The interior line kept
that
them to
was-
0.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Matabike
Crazy.
Jones.
Matabike
with
looked like
with
the
the
lion
grizzly bear
tackle.
sack. Yo, no, he was he jumped over
That
like
was
a grizzly.
overtime, wasn't it? Was that the overtime?
I think it was overtime. Yes, yo.
Yeah.
The line
That was a
on point,
cinematic
man.
ass game, yo. I was sweating profusely. I was so nervous, bro.
Yeah, it was really the secondary was our
It was the
worst
secondary.
thing.
And
this year,
their
this
talent,
game.
they're really the
Yeah,
crazy.
that's the thing that get me.
Like, and it's hard to say they're the most talented secondary in the league. So I think it's really going at communication is the problem. Now that's on them because they're professionals.
Yeah.
They need to get it together. But I'm telling you, like that's a talented secondary. Like to me,
We were saying no fly zone before the season
yeah,
started.
what you saw against now I know you're it's a better talent. The Bengals to the Bills.
receivers. Yeah.
I mean, that's Chase. That's
Way
Chase.
better.
Yeah,
Way
Chase-
better.
Higgins was
in the
shaking
first half,
off.
Higgins
They was
was
pissing me
God.
off, bro.
Yeah, man.
I was ready to cry. I ain't gonna lie.
And they
yo.
also depending on the rookie a lot. Wiggins, like I said, I think by like week 10, week 11,
Wiggins gets
Wiggins.
beat, but
he gonna be.
He made
gonna
that
be-
play though at
and
the end
that's
of the
important.
game.
Yeah,
bro.
That's important. You got to play people and let them get their. Wiggins is going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so,
Yeah.
you kind of got to just let them
Playmaker.
play and then get into it because he
Yeah,
make
get
plays.
used to it.
Because remember Kyle Hamilton, like the first 4 weeks
They gave
when he was
so
a
much,
rookie,
little rough.
so much
man,
trash.
It was a little
he
rough.
was tripping. I was like, dog, give him some time.
I think
He's
I
a
did.
Rookie,
I think I
yo.
gave him a
Like,
couple rib shots.
yeah,
Like,
he
yo, I don't
gonna
think
be-
I don't
he
know
gonna
if he's gonna be
straight.
nice. He
By the
kinda
end of
slow.
that same
What?
season,
Season,
he was looking
It
different.
was about like that third
knocked
game.
Hayden Hurst out.
Yeah.
At the last game
Oh,
of the season,
man.
I
forgot
was
about
knocks the ball to Hayden Hurst, goes through his chest.
That boy different.
So Nate's going to be good. Nate's going to
Yeah,
be
Nate's
really
gonna
good. The secondary's good, and I know Mike tried to trash my man. I'm a big Stevens fan. I think
like
he's there.
Brandon Stevens.
He be there.
What do you?
Just gotta get
It's
his
like
head
almost.
around.
Yeah,
what they-
and
That's
Zay
gotta turn around,
Zay got me when we was watching the game too. He like, bro, it's Jamar Chase and
It's Jamar
Higgins.
Chase
Like,
and
bro, they like
Higgins, bro.
super
He's there.
duper nice, bro.
He makes plays.
He usually be
So,
there.
yeah.
He just gotta
Yeah.
turn
It's
around
like,
and make
I
the
don't
play.
get mad. I don't think he gets beat. I mean, he lost the rep.
yeah.
But I don't think he gets beat.
Against
But-
the top receiver,
and-
so
and-
it makes sense.
I agree 100% with that. And also, I would have to look at maybe a few more plays, but for the most part, I don't like even the deep touchdowns and stuff. I don't remember him getting the like even when he gets beat, he typically
there.
stops the play.
Yeah.
Even if they
He's
get
right there.
12 to 15 to 20 yards,
Yeah.
he's not letting the huge play happen. So he's be
The
there.
Gardner. I'm sorry.
No, you good, you good. No, you good.
Gardner Minshew. That man, them Devontae Adams. They was perfect.
Yeah, that was
perfect
and it's
dots.
Devontae Adams.
They were dots.
And it's
That
Devontae.
was
Bro,
pissed
it was literally he was making some of the wild.
That
I was
pissed
in
me
the
off.
game like he's making some of the
I don't
wildest
even
he had
know.
ever
Sideline
seen.
joint.
Losing the reps, but he's not getting beat.
Yeah.
So it's quality. And I think that next year at the end of the season, we're gonna have to be wanting. Are you gonna let him get paid? Because somebody's gonna pay him.
Yeah.
Is it
Absolutely.
gonna be
He's
us
gonna get paid.
or somebody
Yeah,
else?
fact.
But then also, do you want to keep Marlo?
It's gonna be tough.
It's tough, but I really
That
think
yeah,
Marlo's
Marlo,
playing really good.
And I don't think Marlo's-
Marlo does great things when it's needed, bro.
I don't
Yeah.
think the tough part is, and this is why the balance is good as long as they can get, like you said, the chemistry and the communication. Because Marlo right now is not the best on the outside. Like
No.
he be shaky, but where he's playing right now, man,
When
like
they got
that
him
pick,
inside.
Yo, you know who he is
Freaking
He's
fantastic,
literally
yo.
the other Kyle Hamilton on the team.
Yeah.
They use him like
That's
Kyle.
how they- yeah,
All
we
the
talked
field.
about
Only
last week.
only
Yes,
he's
they
not
should.
playing as linebacker. They're not.
yeah,
they're
that's how I said he was like a de facto
not-
linebacker.
Because that pick that he got was super physical.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
actually
yeah, but
that was smart.
riding Higgins
Nobody
the whole
else would've got
time,
that.
right there.
Yeah.
and it was clearly a vet move.
Who? Yeah, it was
And
that was a vet move.
And you know they wasn't throwing it Kyle's way.
No.
Yeah,
So
and-
they tried to get, but
No.
like we were saying, they kept seeing the same plays over and over and over, and he did exactly
That was a
what
vet
a
move.
former pro, being a vet. He said, "Yo, not this
And
time."
you hear what they
like,
said? He was handsy with him, but it was under 5 yards. So it
Exactly.
doesn't matter.
Vet move.
He's-
As long as
that was a
they do
vet
that.
move. Like, yeah, he's questionable on social media with some of the stuff he does and stuff he talks about. But I'm telling you, he's balling
that
out
was
his
a
mind.
huge play. He can pod this week. He can
Yeah,
definitely pod
listen,
this week.
and people
Yeah,
be like,
he can
I'll let him
pod.
do it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can do your
yeah,
thing
yo,
this week,
yo,
bro. You made a
Marlon,
play.
You can pod. Yeah, you accepted.
You
Thank
can sub
this
your
week, bro.
teammates on Instagram. You get
Do
a
whatever
pass
you
this
want,
week,
bro.
bro.
and
got
y'all
that
hear
play.
us this week. See, we not like some of these other people that blind hate. It don't
Yeah.
matter what you do.
Yeah, nah,
we just
you
gonna hate
stepped
on you.
up.
We said when you play well,
You get
give
love.
you the love.
Yeah,
you
you
doing
get
wild stuff, we
privileges.
gonna get on you. But he played well, yo.
Yeah. And shout out Kyle Hamilton for the aggressive sack in the first half
Yes.
too. I can't remember what
Yo.
was the first quarter or second quarter, but
Oh,
he
yeah,
smacked
yeah,
It was
somebody.
second quarter because he went straight there.
Yeah. Form tackles, bro.
Yeah.
He got everybody making form tackles on our team, bro.
You know what swung the game though? You know how the Ravens always have these weird either losses or close victories that are just really most of the time they turn into weird losses. It happened already this year. It's either right before the it's typically right before the half.
Yeah,
that
the momentum
safety
change.
with 70
Number 70. Who is that, Nate?
70 Rosengartner.
Yeah.
Was it Rosen?
Bro,
Oh!
he completely missed. He went over and
I
doubled
didn't
the one
realize
guy,
he
and
must
then
have
Pat Ricard tried to come back and save him.
Because maybe he messed up his ankle before
I'm gonna
that.
say
I think,
this.
earlier.
Just like you say, give Nate a chance. You got to give Rosengard a chance. Rosengard,
Oh, yeah, we believe in him.
Rosengard is going to
Last year,
most
right.
likely be your future at the right tackle. Give him a chance. I think he's going to be good.
Now we believe in him.
Yeah.
That's one of the people we definitely believe in. He just got to get his reps, get in there. They was talking good of him the whole offseason for the most part.
That's Penix's
Yeah.
right tackle.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, Penix is left-handed.
he didn't allow a
That's
tackle.
like
He
his
didn't
left
allow a
tackle.
sack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I like that D lineman too. I never heard of him. Robinson, the guy that got that crazy
Tavius
sack. He
Robinson.
ran through two folks.
Tavius Robinson.
Yeah, he
Tavius
looked
Robinson.
crazy back there on that one play.
Yeah,
That was an early
like
second. I think it was a second quarter sack he got.
him, and I'm gonna mesh him and Williams together. You mentioned him earlier, 29.
Darius Washington.
Washington. I said
Darius
Washington. I know what's
Washington,
one. But anyway, Washington. Every week, yo, it feels like 1 to 2 tackles. He comes from out
comes
of
and make one
nowhere
pain, bro.
Listen,
and stops
You
it
know
on the
the, you know,
dime.
Thank
the,
goodness.
the knock on him is, and I don't want to say knock, but I'm gonna say knock. He just didn't stay healthy beginning of the season.
Yeah.
He was killing the preseason.
Yeah,
plays.
I remember the
Always-
preseason.
He is so talented.
Physical,
Darius
too,
Washington,
bro.
he's smaller, but he's talented. He can play every part of the secondary. I'm a Darius Washington fan.
I'm
Not
saying he
Been
can
one.
stay healthy.
Been
I'm
one.
hoping he can stay healthy then, because we need that.
Ray Lewis,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
Roquan, are like wrecking balls,
We
but
need
he's
that.
like a pinball. Yo.
Do you remember the Super Bowl season, the last one, who was like really important, who he kind of reminds me of, helped us pick Peyton Manning off in the Broncos game.
Oh my.
Brett
goodness.
Graham, Corey Graham.
Corey
Corey
Graham.
Graham.
I forgot about
all
him.
about
bro.
Corey.
Yeah, shout out Corey Graham, yo.
Corey Graham, like he reminds me of that. Very, very solid.
Nah,
He's
that
physical
was-
though. He made some big hits today.
Well,
And can we talk about us having the greatest quarterback that's
Yeah, you
on
already know
an
that was-
MVP season once again,
Yo, he
playing
really-
like
he
the
really-
greatest player ever
Listen,
of
he really-
all time?
He's really coming close to MVP season.
I said it right at the end of the game.
I was
This
telling
game,
people that
he's
when we was
right
losing, he was still
back
shaking off.
in
That play,
Bro,
he mushed Hubbard.
we was in
He
here
sit there
going crazy.
Hubbard
Yo.
threw it to Likely over Gino. I think it was over Gino.
Bro,
Yes.
and it was
We
like a
gotta be-
20-yard pass,
Oh, my
bro,
God.
while he was scrambling for like
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Craziness, bro. Craziness.
Can I say something real quick? I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow hate rant. Joe Burrow is
Please
not better than you.
Thank you.
He's not.
This is what I
He's
want.
nowhere
Nowhere
And I go for it.
near.
Every
Go
time I
for
start
it,
this
yo.
conversation, I always tell people,
Go for it. We gonna
it
let
might-
you-
it
let you
might-
talk.
It might come off as hate.
Yeah, go crazy.
Because in our division, Joe Burrow is not better than Lamar Jackson.
not.
They give Joe Burrow so much credit because he made it to the Super Bowl. How was it,
Yes.
3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
And they give him credit also because he's one of the only people to beat
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes besides Tom
Playoffs.
Brady.
Yeah.
But you haven't done nothing since then.
Haven't
you
done
have not
anything.
done. James, I cannot wait to turn on. I don't even watch a lot of sports TV anymore, but I can't wait to
hard
watch
to watch.
James Jones and Chris Canty tomorrow morning.
Oh, and Nick Wright. We talk about it.
Nick
oh,
Wright as
I know
well.
we're going to get a separate segment. Hold on. I'm not going to go on it yet because I want to keep
God, I
cooking
hate
Joe
Nick
Burrow.
Wright, yo.
Let's talk. Listen. And I keep telling Mike, like, Mike was like, he killing it. And I was like, he is doing a great job. But I was like, yo, he got 2 excellent receivers.
Yeah.
One of them, what's it, Jamar Chase touched. It was all Jamar Chase.
Yeah, he went and
all
caught that joint
Jamar
and shimmy
Chase.
shammy
Jamar-
and broke
listen.
that joint like 40 yards.
Joe Burrow hate. He's still tough.
He's
Yeah,
nice.
he's still nice.
He's
He's
nice.
still
But
nice.
guess what?
He's just not Lamar.
He's not better than Josh Allen. He's not better than Josh Allen.
It all depends on how this season pans
Top
out.
3 quarterbacks in the league.
Honestly, I would
Patrick
take Josh
Mahomes-
Allen over him personally. Me personally.
My man says this all the time.
personally.
It all depends on how this season pans out.
The
With
most talented
weapons?
quarterbacks
With
in the
weapons,
league
I would take
are
Josh
Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. The most talented quarterbacks in the league, Lamar Jackson.
Jaden Daniels probably now too.
We want to say that. We'll give him a chance.
Yeah, he's not
Give him a
testing
chance.
yet.
I'm just saying right now. I said
Right
maybe.
now, right
I
now,
said
but he's
maybe.
not
He's
testing
looking
yet.
crazy.
He's looking crazy, but I'm just saying,
crazy.
like, pure talent, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, and then, they're going to give Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick
But
is good.
the best quarterback in the league, it's literally Patrick Mahomes, Lamar
Lamar
Jackson.
Jackson.
They
I never
have
understood
to
why
stop
people-
arguing.
Yes,
like,
we've been-
no,
He
stop
won 2 MVPs. They don't give that award
Stop
out.
bringing up
bro.
Joe
Unanimous.
Burrow. Joe Burrow made
That'd
it
be
to the
blowing me,
We've
bro.
said this numerous of times. I've never
He pissing me
ever
off.
seen a quarterback gets so much credit for not winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I've never seen everybody else gets criticized for coming
We
up
are on
short.
the same page.
He's the only
like,
person.
We can make a podcast on this. And it comes
The
off
Joe
with
Burrow hate, yo.
I don't want to come up with Joe Burrow hate, but I argue with people. It's not even an argument because I'm like, yo, he's not better than Lamar, but he can say he's a
Nowhere
good
near,
quarterback.
bro.
He gets so much credit for going to a Super Bowl.
And he threw that pick to
Thank you,
change
talk
the
about it.
momentum.
I was so happy.
He choked it away.
If Lamar did that, he would have never been able to live it down.
You know what? That felt so good that he threw that pick.
So
And
good,
Lamar didn't throw
yo.
the pick. And yes,
Yeah.
that felt good because now I can say, look at your
he
man.
threw the game
He
away.
lost the
I
game.
threw the game away.
Full transparency though, I was ready to cry. I told Richard
Oh
felt
my
like when he used
God,
to
the
fry me
fumble?
on video games when
fumble?
Lamar fumbled.
The
I was ready to
fumble?
cry, yo.
Time, bro.
I was in here ready to cry.
I was like,
yo.
It was
no,
somber,
man.
yo.
No,
I was ready to
The
cry.
fumble hurt. The fumble hurt. I'm looking at my
ready to
wife.
cry, yo.
She understand, but she don't. She understand. I'm like, baby, the game is over.
Yeah.
I
leaning
was
over like,
sad,
it's over.
bro.
We all like, they better get a touchdown.
We
Deflated.
about to get- No,
They better get a touchdown.
I thought Phil because when we stopped him on the first play, I'm like, okay. Because the crazy thing is, what they should have did, they shouldn't have tried to run the ball just to go for a 52-yard. They
Yeah.
wanted the field goal the whole time.
Oh,
When
yeah.
when they realized
Should
on
have
the
got at
first
least
down,
one first down.
they should have passed it because
Yes.
we could not have
That's the
stopped
first thing I
them
was
passes.
thinking.
We
No
could not
Yeah.
stop them.
Yeah,
way.
I think that
That's
pick
bad,
scared
yo.
the pick scared them.
Definitely.
It was that pick
Yes,
that
the
made
pick
them
scared
nervous to say,
Yeah.
if we do that again, then we cook.
Then we
when
got the
all they had to
pressure
do
on.
is
Thank
run
you for
something
that,
safe on
Marlo.
it because they was getting killed on those outside routes,
Yeah,
man.
it was
It's not
bad,
safe
bro.
because it's actually McPherson. McPherson's really good, and it really wasn't McPherson's fault.
It was the holder. Yeah, it was the placeholder,
So
yo.
it was safe, but
But they was running them out
Thank
the
y'all,
out,
bro.
out
Football
joints.
guy.
That wasn't getting stopped at all.
Yo, when he
I would have ran a 5-yard.
Bro.
when he missed that field goal, Joe,
Yeah.
I dropped. I'm like, no,
Bro,
no,
we were so
fumble, game over.
happy.
It's over.
Then
We
my
were
boy
so
caught that toss
happy.
play. Toss
Yo,
play.
that Derrick Henry
Yeah.
play that he ran at the end of overtime. Tell me it does not remind you, not the playoff game when we lost to them. We played them in the regular season after we lost to them in the playoff. We played them in the regular season. We had Derek Wolfe on the team. We
Oh,
beat
okay,
them.
okay.
They came back on us. They beat us in the last seconds with a Derrick Henry play
Yeah, I
just
remember
like
that.
that up
I
the
do
court.
remember
that.
Derrick Wolfe
Yeah, that
balled
was
his tail off
nasty.
that
I
game.
do remember that.
I'm like, oh, it reminded me of that. It
We
reminded
got
me.
him
We
this
needed
time.
that,
We got
yo.
him.
Yeah, man.
We needed that, bro.
They 1-4. They almost
needed
home.
that.
That's
Four.
huge, man. That's huge.
Yeah, and shout out my
Three
man.
L's
We
at
gotta
home.
call him Shake Back Shorty because Tuck. You deserve. You
Oh,
could be
yeah.
back on the Royal Farms commercials now. I
My man
appreciate you. I was questioning you, yo. We was about to. I don't know, yo.
It's looking a little shaky.
I
out
said
We
it-
thought we was gonna have to
Did the
move
field-
forth amicably.
Yo, when he kicked that field goal, how you feel when it went to
Bro,
wasn't sure, man.
And it went and curved. I was like,
you gotta watch that.
I was
thing.
a little nervous, but the only reason I wasn't crazy nervous when it first shifted because I was like, it's mad windy.
They
It
said
was
windy.
going
Yeah,
in.
It was
and
the
he
wind
accounted,
was scary,
he
bro.
accounted for it. He accounted
Yeah,
for it. That- yeah.
And that's why I felt, even though it was past 50 and he was shaky past 50, I was like, the wind is going in the right
it back,
direction.
yeah.
He just got to angle it
Yes.
correctly. And see, that's what we was talking about with like Marlon Humphrey being a vet. He just
You're a vet.
Listen,
And
I got
these are your
enough wind,
moments.
so my leg don't got to be crazy. Because we was talking about, we put a lot of theories. Maybe the line is the reason why he maybe missed him. Maybe he's just it's in his head. But one of the things I put out is maybe his leg is slipping a little bit, and he's trying to overcompensate for some of these deep kicks, and it's throwing his accuracy off.
Yeah.
But he knew as a vet, yo, that wind is at my back, yo.
Yeah.
Well, he made-
I just got to get the accuracy on point,
man.
and that's what he did.
I like it.
You know, one thing you hear, Facebook people are the worst people for when the football takes. So I get on Facebook and they get rid of Tucker.
Nah, I was on the same wave because he missed three.
nah, I didn't
he
say
missed
that.
three in a row.
Everybody- Y'all know Mike gets a little out of hand with his
I was
takes
emotional.
sometimes.
I got
Just put him on
emotional.
trial. That's all we
He
did.
was on trial.
I was
I ain't
emotional.
saying I wanna get rid of
But
him.
my man, I had a conversation with my man. He was like, kickers don't usually come back from this. Because it's a mental thing.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It's a mental
That's
thing.
true.
But maybe
Yeah.
this mental thing could have flipped the other way
Yeah.
now. It's
That's
like,
what
all
we
right,
said.
I got it.
Hope-
Yeah, I'm
got it.
him.
That's what we hoping
So-
for.
No, a
You're
picture-
him, Tuck.
Kickers remind you of like baseball closers.
Yeah, yes.
Once they start losing a few closes, dog, a lot of them never bounce back. Yo, it's a mental thing. It's like
Yeah.
you got to be in the zone for that. So Tuck, this is against
good
especially
sign.
against the team who it was, the Bengals, in a
good
crazy
sign.
game.
Yeah.
And it was you know what I
pressure.
said? He didn't win the game, but what I said, I think I said it was going to be a Tuck game. No, that was the week before. My fault.
Yeah,
That was
but
the week
still,
before, so I can't
we
remember.
said.
I
Tuck
felt like his
gonna
time
get
was coming
involved.
though, because it was like, dog,
Yeah.
you Tuck, yo. At some point,
Yeah.
You got to let people know who you are. And
Yeah.
you let them
I
know.
appreciate you.
I
this
went to
week,
the
Tuck.
because when I went to the training camp, I know it's just training camp, but man, he was booting and he was looking good. He was kicking them from
So it
far,
was
looking
mental.
good.
So it's mental.
That's what it might have
It's
been.
mental.
Yeah. So
And we already gave him love, but again, much love to Bateman for shaking off,
Oh, yeah.
bro. Because like we needed him. He got a touchdown, and like he did like some pivotal catches at some
Yes.
crunch time
Yes.
moments. Was like
The touchdown
He's,
early.
he's actually been doing that all season.
Yeah.
He's really
Yeah.
been giving us all season. It's
Yeah.
just-
It was really that one drop where he got caught in that middle and then got
Yeah.
picked off.
Yeah,
that he got
Lamar's
hit. It was a lot of
Lamar's
contact.
only-
I don't know.
And
if
that
it
was
Lamar's
still one of
only
them plays where it was
Yeah,
questionable.
literally.
It
Only
was still one of them.
Lamar's
That's
only
crazy.
interception,
Hey, let's talk
bro.
about Lamar's only interception.
Interception.
Only one
Only
interception.
interception.
bro.
Talk about it, man.
Joe Burrow
got
won
one
the
today.
For the loss, he threw the game away.
I'm changing my
Yeah.
Twitter name to Joe Burrow hater.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
The-
know
the
it's
ultimate Joe Burrow
I
hater.
cannot- And it's crazy. He's a good quarterback, and I can't.
He
even
is
blame,
great.
And it's
Yeah,
not,
he's
I
not
don't
a
even blame the
bum.
fans. People be like, you blame fan bases. No, we're fans. We're supposed to fan.
Yes, I hate
we're
when
the
fans
fan
get mad
over
at
our
fans.
team.
Yeah.
It's the media that gives him
Yes.
so much
Yeah,
credit.
come
Like,
on,
why is he
bro.
the number 2 quarterback? He's
Come
not
on,
nothing.
bro.
Let me go straight into it because I want
Come
the
on,
ISO
bro.
on this bozo.
Yeah, boy.
Just media bozo. Not I don't know him as a person. I don't want to go there, but as on the
Yeah.
media
Lord
joint,
Farquhar.
Nick Wright, yo, because one of the main things, and I hope they replaying that clip. He kept saying, "What
I
first?
trust Joe-
He said, I trust Joe Burrow way more than Lamar." Blah blah blah. And this was Lamar. But other than that fumble at the end, literally did everything right, yo. He was Superman down the
And
stretch,
I was-
yo.
you know-
and Joe Burrow threw it away, yo.
One
Lamar
thing,
is so great, bro.
I'm glad that fumble I'm glad we still won the game
Yes.
because I already know Nick was going to come
Oh,
in
yeah.
there
He was
and
gonna
say,
kill us.
"Look, I trust him because he fumbled the ball.
But
I don't trust him."
You know what's so lame about it?
I
He
was
wouldn't
so
have mentioned
scared.
the interception.
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
no,
He
no.
wouldn't have mentioned it, yo.
No. But
crazy.
Or he would have brushed over
I
it.
learned-
He threw it, but Lamar had the ball last.
I learned this about Nick Wright years ago because I used to watch Fox Sports really, really heavy. Nick Wright always hates the team that challenges
Challenges the
his team.
Chiefs, yes.
No,
Oh, and LeBron James. At one
And,
point.
and if you want to be a real nitpicky person on Joe Burrow now, it was a long route in the second quarter to Higgins that Joe Burrow
he
underthrew.
underthrew it.
That
Oh,
was
yeah,
another
yeah, I
touchdown
had
for
that.
Oh, you talking
sure.
about the Stevens-
He
Stevens-
underthrew that joint, and
yeah.
Stevens got it like
That might have been
this.
the one time
And he
Stevens
wasn't even
was gonna get
looking,
burned
but
clean,
he
too.
had to turn him. I'm like, if he'd have let him, that was an easy
let him a
touchdown.
touchdown.
And I think the
Easy
the wind was to
touchdown.
his back on that one
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So he should have nailed that.
Yeah,
He-
I
At
always
worst, he should have
criticized
overthrew
Lamar,
him.
so now I'm checking y'all boy.
Yeah, so
He's
I want to hear them this week. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to Nick Wright.
He lost the
was
game.
so adamant.
Yeah.
He lost the game. And listen,
comments.
And the crazy thing is, the crazy thing, we probably wouldn't have gave him that stuff because the media, if Lamar threw that interception, Lamar
Oh
lost the
my
game.
goodness,
We
you would have
wouldn't get it
never heard
done.
the end of it,
No,
bro.
so we're gonna give Joe Burrow all you get everything,
smoke.
all the smoke. You
And
lost that game.
get the same level.
And he's and Lamar is what 6-1 against him now?
9-1.
9-1.
Oh, against the Bengals.
Against the-
9-1 against the
Joe
Bengals.
Burrow. With Joe Burrow
6-1
playing.
against Joe Burrow. 5-1 because it's 4. I
thought it was 5-1.
You got to check it.
I think
just-
either way,
9-1 against the Bengals.
either way he beats him almost
love it.
every time. So
I
stop
like
with
it
He's better
a
than
lot.
him.
It's nothing.
No, he's
And he
not.
has 2 elite receivers. He didn't get it
Come
done,
on,
yo.
stop playing.
In
And
that this
Listen,
week, yo.
I told somebody this. The Bengals are going to get to a point. You're 1-4. You're not even if you find a way to climb out of this, you're not climbing.
It's too
you're out
hard,
of it.
man.
So
Yeah,
now
it's
you need
too
to make a
hard.
decision. Are you going to trade T. Higgins? Which they're probably not because they're going to be prideful.
Yeah.
Because you're not
might-
bringing T. Higgins
Let
back
him
next
come over
year.
the our
They might
way,
have
yo.
to, yo.
He
Let
can't
him
come
come
back
over
next year
our way.
because-
Shorty be
because first
shaking
of all,
off.
T. Higgins wants top money, not
Yeah, we
not
can't
Jamar,
pay him.
not Justin Jefferson money. But guess who is getting Justin Jefferson money? Chase.
Yeah,
Jamar
You can't
Chase.
pay.
You can't pay 2 wide
You can't pay
receivers
2
30 plus
because your
million.
defense is really terrible.
Yeah.
Your defense is terrible.
Thank goodness
You're not
for them.
paying anybody.
Thank
And you
goodness
know
for
what's
those
crazy?
guys.
And I said it. I said, yo, all they have really is the pass rush. If you could hold up the
One
pass
pass
rush,
rusher.
enough, yes,
One.
yes,
Henderson.
yes, yes.
Henderson.
And Lamar threw him off
Hawkinson
of
is
him.
nice, yeah.
But I was like, if you do that, the secondary is weak. You know what happened? And I said they was going to sell out. The score was, it got a little weird, but I said they're going to sell out. Lamar, and that's why we was talking about how Zay might have a game. Like, because there's going to be opportunities to throw. And they act like Lamar couldn't throw. He was carving them up, yo.
Against the blitz, I mean, Lamar's backing up, just throwing it.
Killing
All he needed was a
him, yo.
second.
Didn't I
Oh,
say
there's a
that?
second, yo.
Didn't I say that pregame? This was going to be a
Yes.
big pass game.
Yes,
I
we've been
knew
talking
it,
about,
bro.
yes.
I ain't gonna lie,
And
I
Kim-
thought-
and Kim-
I figured
I
that was
didn't think they were gonna be able
fiction.
to stop it.
Yeah.
But you know what you gotta give the Ravens credit for? I'm gonna give John credit for one thing, and I'm gonna take something away from John. I give credit because they were stopping the run, but we stayed with it, and that's what you got to do. You got to let people know.
Be honest, man.
I can beat you. I'm gonna keep beating you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
beat you. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you. But John Harbaugh messed up when he did that. When he should have. When it was a timeout.
That weird
Yeah.
timeout.
Timeout.
What was that? What was
They
that?
got the ball. Like it was weird.
What was that? I was
I
super
was
confused.
like, he calling timeouts for the Bengals.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, okay, the Bengals are gonna call timeout.
Yeah.
But it was 6 seconds that rolled off. I was like, wait a minute, they gonna let this go to the half. And that's why I was talking about the end of quarters and halves. I'm sorry, it seems like John Harbaugh or something always happening with a play or a bad challenge or going for it on fourth and missing. And every time, that's always the games they lose.
Yeah.
And he did another one of those moves because the safety happened, and then the score right before the half, and then they got the ball back again. Like that's how they always.
And
lose
when
the
does he hold
games.
himself accountable? Because he says, we got to do better with this. When is he going to say, you know what, I got to do better.
Yeah.
I got to do better.
I hear a lot of coaches that sometimes it wasn't the coach.
Still
Like it be a player like just had like threw 3 interceptions or something. And they always say, I got to do a better job coaching.
getting them ready.
I never hear him cleanly just say, hey man, yo.
He's a good
listen.
coach too. I'm also not a hardball hater. Put that out there.
Yeah.
I'm not a hardball hater.
You know,
I actually like hardball.
You know what my big thing is about Harbaugh? I think, like I said, I think he's a good manager. I always say he's an elite, and this is underrated. Like, this is not easy to do. He hires excellent staff. That's why everybody's always poaching the Ravens staff. He's okay, but I just think
And players love
sometimes, players love him. I just think sometimes it's a reason why coaches don't coach nowhere this long on any level for the most part. It's very rare. Sometimes you just. I hear him do post-game speeches sometimes, and it's just weird sometimes because it's just like he's remembering like how it just seems a little stale. Like I don't want to kill him because I don't think he's terrible. I just think he's overstaying his welcome. That's my personal opinion, but
They said the same thing happened to Belichick. Not Belichick, excuse me. I'm sorry, Brian Billett.
Brian Billett, yeah.
Brian Billett. They say it became stale.
Gotcha.
Listen, I'm such not a Harbaugh hater. I ask people, what's the difference between Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh? What's the difference? Is there a difference?
well, the difference was when they had no quarterback,
got
they
a
still
point.
was a winning team. When they didn't have a quarterback, they were they were almost.
Oh yeah, when he had Bill Rodgers. But I think they're very similar coaches. They're motivators of men. People do. I think Mike Tomlin is less loved than John Harbaugh. You rarely. There's only one person that hates John Harbaugh, and we know that guy. I'm not gonna say that guy's name because he's weird on Twitter. Only one player has ever left that you hear. I really hate him.
No, the players don't dislike him. Man.
Yeah.
So you get
He
love.
seemed like a good
now,
dude,
You hear
man,
stuff
all
about
around.
Mike Tomlin. That locker room stuff. People they go off and they do stuff that's wild.
Mike Tomlin's
Yeah.
biggest issue, I don't want to get into a whole what's the name is fixing the offensive line. He can't do that. I don't know why they haven't been able to do that. Receivers and all that other stuff, he's been able to figure out. Quarterback is weird. It's kind of luck, man. Do you get a quarterback or do you not get a quarterback?
That's true.
But they are they've been there for a while. I mean,
Excuse me.
it's a reason you don't have coaches 10+ years, dog. Like
True.
sometimes you need to jumpstart it. But they
And
won today. You ain't gonna kill them.
And something we've been harping on all season, I want to continue to build the case on the officials on behalf of the fact, like, they don't call no penalty. First off, treat Lamar like he's an MVP front runner. It was one joint where he got hit like 5 yards out of bounds. Somebody I'm like, yo.
And Joe Burrow got
come on, yo.
perfectly tackled
Yo.
by non.
Then they was trying to fall
and they
on him
threw
and all
the
kind of
flags.
crazy stuff.
The,
I'm like,
the
yo.
ref came in on the one they always call in. He was like, that wasn't.
I knew he was the head ref for a while.
yeah.
He was one of the more
Guy they kinda
noticeable
consult
faces.
with on the
Yeah.
No, that wasn't one.
Lamar hurdled Geno Stone too. I appreciated that because he was trying to tackle him low on some crazy fly
Yeah, he
to his
did.
knee type
He
stuff.
did.
I'm like,
Yeah.
thank goodness
But
Lamar has ultra
they
instinct.
did, and we was shocked. They actually gave Lamar
Finally.
a
roughing the passer.
Finally,
Finally.
for Lamar.
That's like
just
Lamar
about-
first
Jeez.
roughing the passer.
It was like
call
4
ever.
times that game they could have called it though, because they lay on him.
Bro, they never, and they be like big dudes jumping all over. I'm like, come on, bro. If that was anybody else, they would be all over that, yo.
Oh, one player we didn't give any love, and I want to make sure I saw him because it's been a lot of heat on him, and I believe to an extent deservingly so. But he's coming back off an injury. Mark Andrews, man, that second half.
Yeah. He had
He
two
made some
clutch
plays,
catches,
man.
bro.
Catches,
Two
man.
clutches.
Made some plays,
but
man.
but he in the heater though, because your boy, what was your boy that had the
Likely
husky
and
break?
Kohler.
Kohler broke out extra slow, bro. I'm like,
Nasty route,
bro.
the husky sturdy
Stiff arm
route.
route,
Yo,
Nasty
man.
route.
Caught that joint, and then he had a
Clunky.
touchdown, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes, he had a
catch
touchdown.
touchdown.
So he had
The 1 yard.
Yes, he had
Yeah.
the deep joint. Well, he actually made that like he caught it like probably about 10 to 12 yards, and then shook off crazy, and then he had a touchdown, and then likely he had to
Likely
get in
is
the
my
end zone
guy,
as well.
bro.
Likely is.
The aggressive
I just
downfield
can't
blocking just makes me happy. Yo.
They-
That
they-
just shows the extra effort.
They're
Yo.
gonna try to have multiple, like 3 safeties, like you were saying, Nate, but like 3 tight ends, that's overkill, yo. And
Yeah.
these young boys gonna have to get paid. So Mark, it's interesting, man. Is he gonna be trade bait? Is he playing well? It's
You got to keep him.
He's getting paid.
I also feel like he's out there. He's blocking. He's asked to do more because
He
now-
blocked really well
Now
last
we're
week.
running more. It's 22 personnel. 22 personnel. Yeah, 22 personnel.
I don't know.
2 backs, 2 tight ends.
Okay.
22 we're running more 22 personnel, which means that he has to block more.
but
And it's
no, I'm not gonna cut you off.
I think down the season you're going to see more from the tight ends. Period. I think look at the tight ends as one person instead of usually Mark Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
Look at them collective as
One unit.
one unit.
See,
They nice.
my thing is not that he can't play or be useful at all. It's for the tag he got on. Like that amount of money. When you got young, because Cola can block. Likely, that boy be out there
That boy
blocking.
aggressive.
They're gonna make decisions next year.
So like that's what I'm saying. Like it's either a restructure or like it's business at the end of the day because the Ravens got a lot of young players that's gonna get paid because they are talented.
They nice. They
Kyle
be shooting
Hamilton's
up.
gonna have to get
Kyle
paid.
Hamilton gotta get his
it's
chicken.
It's happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's
Like,
generational. But another person that I don't know if y'all talk about and needs to get paid next year, they need to pay Travis Jones before the end of the season.
Absolutely.
Travis
Yeah.
Jones should be like give
Game
him money.
wrecker up
Yeah, he's a
front,
game
bro.
wrecker.
Yeah,
I
he's
love
game
Travis.
wrecker.
I've been
Yeah.
talking about him
Yeah,
high.
yeah, he just
this
be
whole
just
year.
be shoving folks.
What?
back.
He's a monster.
Just
out there. He's a
shoving folks
problem.
back, man. Like, yeah, that's what happens though. That's what I'm saying. It's not that Andrews is trash. It's just
We just see him
when you
slowing down.
paying
You got
somebody
two
like
guys
that,
that's young and can
concessions
do it.
got to
But-
get made, and
but
business
listen, hold on.
decisions
It's like they
get
took
made.
off when he got hurt.
No tight ends are doing good this year, right? The tight end position is down, period, this year. Like I mean, from the top of my head, without me having to go look at my phone, only one tight end I think did anything was Hunter Henry that like killed. Nobody's really killing from the tight end position this year. But
Dallas got
They're gonna have to pay like.
But you said it's more running.
Likely got
They're
two
gonna have to pay
tugs.
like.
Likely, oh yeah, you got to pay.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Likely
The
got
numbers
two
gonna start
tugs.
adding up.
You got to pay likely. You're gonna start paying likely something.
Listen, I think some people might think some of us we don't want Andrews to necessarily leave the
business.
organization.
Well, you got to take a
It's
pay
just
cut.
business. Yeah,
Couple
you got to be a pay
couple
cut.
deals you got to.
And I don't like pocket watching, but it's business on the
Business,
front,
man.
It's business on.
Yeah,
It's just crazy,
It's not even
man.
pocket watch. You're looking from a team thing of
Yeah.
keeping people because I would love to pay everybody what they worth on.
Yeah.
It's certain
I'm
people
team
that-
get your
it's-
bag.
You gotta think like the positions are high, like your tight end, your free safety, Marlon Humphrey. Those contracts are high when you have people that are behind them. It's not even about what Mark can't do. You have people behind them
Yeah.
that are performing that can perform at a. I wouldn't
Pretty
say
high
better
level.
than the person in front of him. It's
pretty high level.
I mean, Likely's looked really
Pretty
good.
high
Like,
level.
he's been showing glimpses of
He's
greatness,
looked
yo.
really.
And he wild
that
athletic.
connection between him and Lamar, like when Lamar's about to go out of bounds and that crazy,
Yeah.
Likely knew,
Yes.
Likely has that.
They got a synergy, and that's why Lamar. I know it was bad because the coverage, but that rapport, like he really ended up trusting him at the end of last year, the interception in the AFC Championship game, because he just was like, if I get it to him in a certain spot, that he would get it, and it just didn't come down the right way. I think it was like triple coverage or whatever, but he was like, we need to make a play, we haven't gotten it, and he just threw it. So that's why I think even at the end on the talk, I was like, I didn't want to kill Lamar for it, even though, you could easily do it, but I was like, he just trusted Likely in that situation. So whatever they got, because he made the same play that Josh Allen made on that sideline running out,
Exact
but
same
this
play.
time it was for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Same play Joe Burrow's made that year.
And that's what you're talking about. Both of them, they're the most talented quarterbacks in the league.
quarterbacks in the league.
Most
By,
talented.
literally by far.
Yeah.
There's nobody can throw like them and run like them.
Yeah.
And
And they talk about how strong Josh Allen is, and he is. Lamar may not. No, Lamar. It was
Lamar
3
is
to
one
4
of one,
people.
bro.
We mentioned one earlier. It was like at least three times. He threw a defensive
Yeah,
tackle
he's
or
one of
defensive
one,
end
bro.
on the ground.
I
He's
cannot
one
wait.
of one, bro.
I can't wait for the
God,
steals
he's
to
one of
drop.
one, bro.
The steals from this game.
Oh,
I
he's
cannot
one of
wait.
one,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Oh,
They're gonna be
Yeah, I'm
by
gonna
the
need a
time we
poster
finish
of the
this up,
stiff arm,
there's
bro.
The zipper on
Yeah,
Hubbard,
that was crazy,
push it to the
bro.
ground. I need the steals.
Shaking
I
and
need
baking
the
for
steals.
the
He
hurdle.
did it like
Yeah.
3
The
times
hurdle.
today. The
Crazy.
hurdle. Oh man.
Man.
The out of bounds joint with the and
Greatest.
you know what's funny?
He gonna
They
go down
could
as
have
the
threw a
greatest
flag
player
on
of all
that
time,
too.
yo.
When he got hit.
Out of bounds,
Yes,
on that
yes.
throw.
Yo,
Yeah.
come on,
One,
yo.
but, I mean, all the end of it, we saw the Bengals are 1-4.
1-4.
1-4.
At the end of the day.
1-4. Hey man, y'all
Let's
need
go.
some help, man. Tiger meat. Tiger meat, man. I never had it. I don't want it, but I know somebody that had tiger
Yo.
meat before, y'all.
Yo.
Y'all looking real tender out
1-4.
there,
Now
man.
all we needed the Steelers to lose.
Yeah.
Now we starting to push in the division.
Yeah.
And that was killer instinct, yo. Like you said, veteran leadership from veteran players that came up. The
Big.
secondary struggle, Marlon.
Marlon.
He gets
Marlon,
credit.
we
He showed up,
appreciate
yo.
you, bro.
Salute to Marlon, man.
Yeah.
Hey man, hold on real quick. Just one more time. Joe Burrow, you're not Lamar Jackson.
You're nowhere near.
No.
And the Bengals,
You're
you're
nowhere
1-4.
near.
Let's put that on the table.
Yeah.
again, man.
Cut them highlights out.
Yeah.
Too,
Yeah.
Get out of here, Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
I hate seeing you on
And,
the
and,
sideline.
and yo, we gotta call out the running back that had the still shot smiling like.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
I'm like, bro, I never seen a running back look happy on that
too
still
jolly
shot.
for the. No, he did like a little somewhat.
Yeah,
you saw something
extra happy.
aggressive. They can't see me on. He
Like,
was a
bro,
little
you're a
aggressive
running back.
with a mug. He had the arm to the side, straight down, smiling. I was like, this is weird, but hey, man,
Yeah, we holla at y'all next week.
absolutely.